As we come to find out in this movie, magic is quite powerful, and though we do eventually learn what else this device does later on in the series, I don't understand why it was needed here just to put out a few lights.
Do you think it wise to trust Hagrid with something as important as this?
Professor, I would trust Hagrid with my life.
But why? I understand Hagrid is completely devoted to Dumbledore, but since he isn't actually allowed to do magic in a wizarding world, he wouldn't be my first choice. Let's face it, if someone wanted to go after Hagrid while he had Harry, Hagrid wouldn't stand a chance.
This boy will be famous. There won't be a child in our world who doesn't know his name.
Exactly. He's far better off growing up away from all of that.
Because growing up as a malnourished servant is better? You're seriously just going to leave this baby wrapped in a blanket lying on the doorstep? It's the beginning of November, and the average low is 40 degrees. Couldn't be bothered to at least ring the bell before leaving? Hey, where's your scar?
Good luck, Harry Potter.
Ah, there it is.
I don't care how big they are!
No. This is what we're going to do. Is that when we go out, we're going to buy you 2 new presents.
I'm just going to mark them off for their parenting.
Oh, Marge is ill at a funny well.
Dad, look! Harry's got a letter! Hey, give it back! It's mine!
What did you think was going to happen? Almost 11 years old and never received a piece of mail? You thought they wouldn't think anything of it? You should have just slid that under the cupboard door and saved it for later.
No more mail through this letterbox.
I'm marking you off for the appalling job you've done covering the letterbox. Why are the owls staying? You've done your job by delivering the letter. Shouldn't you head back to Hogwarts?
Fine day, Sunday. In my opinion, best day of the week. Why is that, Dudley?
Because there's no post on Sundays.
Right you are, Harry. No post on Sunday.
You really think the postmen are delivering these letters? Do you also think that's where the owls are coming from? You've already encountered letters hidden inside the eggs, so you must realize it has nothing to do with the post. How many owls does Hogwarts have? There are literally hundreds, if not thousands of letters already laying on the ground, yet Harry seems to be following the rules for a money booth.
Got something for you. Afraid I may have sat on it at some point, but I imagine it'll taste fine just the same.
This box has clearly not been sat on by a half-giant. Hagrid was in his 3rd year when he was expelled from Hogwarts. How could he have made it that far if he can't spell words like happy or birthday?
You're a wizard, Harry.
As rushed as this interaction feels, this is the very line every one of us wish we had heard when we turned 11.
You will not be going, I tell you. We swore when we took him in we'd put a stop to all this rubbish.
I understand the Dursleys are perfectly normal, thank you very much, and that they despise anything out of the ordinary. But if you really wanted to put a stop to all this, perhaps you should have raised him like your own and taught him, like Dudley, to be normal. Instead, you've treated him like a servant who would do anything to get away. I don't want to compare the movie to the book, but I really wish they hadn't skipped over the fact that Dudley needed to go to the hospital to have his tail removed.
Best not to mention this to anyone, Harry.
Right. I'm sure an 11-year-old will have no problem keeping his mouth shut.
Here's your ticket. Now stick to it, Harry. That's very important. Stick to your ticket.
Hagrid stresses the importance of sticking to the ticket, but couldn't be bothered to explain where platform 9 3/4 even is.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me where I might find platform 9 3/4?
9 3/4? Think you're being funny, do ya?
I understand it's a ridiculous question, but given just how many muggle-born witches and wizards there are, Harry can't be the only one asking this.
Do ya?
Same every year, packed with muggles, of course.
Well, this station does serve mainly the muggle population, so it's hardly surprising that it would be packed with muggles. What is surprising is just how few people there are, especially since this is King's Cross Station.
Platform 9 3/4 this way.
Weasley ex machina.
We'll take the lot.
Flashing your money like that is a good way to get mugged.
There's chocolate and peppermint, and there's also spinach, liver and tripe. George sweared he got a bogey flavoured one once.
How does such a candy catch on when there is a real chance of biting into one that literally tastes like
This is Scabbers, by the way. Pathetic, isn't he?
And he doesn't appear to be an owl, cat, or toad.
That's better, isn't it? Holy cricket! You're Harry Potter!
Harry taking off his glasses makes this obvious to Hermione. Is Harry Clark Kent?
Is awarded the House Cup.
Trevor!
You lost your toad on the train, and it managed to not only get off the train, but also follow you to the boats right across the lake and hop up all those stairs into the castle.
There's the 3rd floor corridor on the right-hand side is out of bounds. To everyone who does not wish to die a most painful death.
Most of the students have simply accepted this and moved on. Neville, whom we know can be a bit forgetful, appears to be trying to simply remember this, while Harry's look can only be explained as, what the hell kind of school is this?
Hermione Granger, Draco Malfoy, Susan Bones, Ronald Weasley, Harry Potter.
Hermione Granger, Draco Malfoy, Susan Bones, Ronald Weasley, Harry Potter. How the hell is this list sorted?
Maybe some of you have come to Hogwarts in possession of abilities so formidable that you feel confident enough to not pay attention.
He is paying attention, and it appears he's the only one taking notes.
Hey, look! Neville's got a remember-all.
I've read about those. When the smoke turns red, it means you've forgotten something.
So what's the point of this? Is it letting him know he forgot to do his homework? Forgot what he ate for breakfast? If it doesn't tell you what you've forgotten, what purpose does this serve?
I have found you a seeker.
Oh.
Alohomora. Alohomora. Standard Book of Spells, Chapter 7.
Wait, this door is keeping people away from Fluffy, who is guarding a trapdoor that eventually leads to the Sorcerer's Stone, and it can be unlocked by a spell found in Standard Book of Spells?
Now, if you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed. Or worse, expelled.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
Ron would be excellent at grading these movies.
Wingardium Leviosa.
You're saying it wrong. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Let's take a look at the tape.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Seems Ron is saying it just fine. Wait, what's this?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Ah, it's Malfoy saying it incorrectly.
She's a nightmare, honestly. No wonder she hasn't got any friends. I think she heard you.
You think? She was standing just about a foot away.
Wingardium Leviosa!
And of course, the one spell they have learned so far in Charms class just happens to be the perfect spell to handle a troll.
It is. It's my fault, Professor McGonagall.
Miss Creek.
I have to give a point back for Snape's expression.
The day I was at Gringotts, Hagrid took something out of one of the vaults. Said it was Hogwarts business, very secret.
He also said it would be best not to mention it to anyone. See what I mean about trusting something like that to an 11-year-old?
It's Snape. He's jinxing the broom.
Jinxing the broom? What do we do?
Leave it to me.
Judging by the angle they're viewing Snape through the binoculars, it would appear they're sitting directly across the field from him. Hermione runs off, and exactly 30 seconds later, she has made it all the way over there.
There. You see them, don't you?
That's me! Only head boy.
Head boy? You want to follow in the footsteps of Percy? Fred and George would be ashamed to hear this.
All 4 of you will receive detention.
Excuse me, Professor.
Perhaps I heard you wrong. I thought you said the 4 of us.
No, you heard me correctly, Mr. Malfoy. You see, honourable as your intentions were, you too were out of bed after hours. You will join your classmates in detention.
Guess you should have gone to Snape about this. Seriously, why didn't you? You should know by now Snape would have teared them a new one for wandering the grounds, and you would have likely received points for turning them in. Why would you go to McGonagall?
You'll be serving detention with Hagrid tonight.
So the punishment for hanging out with Hagrid at night is to hang out with Hagrid at night?
Ron, Hermione, you'll come with me. And Harry, you'll go with Malfoy.
Okay, then I get Fang.
Fine. Just so you know, he's a bloody coward.
So Ron and Hermione get to go with Hagrid, who is armed with a crossbow, and Harry and Draco get a cowardly dog? Really?
But if he comes back, you don't think he'll try to kill you, do you?
Voldemort had no problem going after Harry when he was just a baby. You think he'd have an issue going after him now? Oh, come on, he was just a baby when I first tried to kill him, but now he's 11? Certainly not. Even I have standards.
But I told him, I said the trick with any beast is to know how to calm him. Take Fluffy, for example. Just play him a bit of music and he falls straight to sleep.
Why does Dumbledore trust you so much? On multiple occasions, you've let information slip to these 3, plus you tell some stranger in the pub how to calm the dog that's guarding the Sorcerer's Stone. I know Dumbledore is a wise man and all, but I'm starting to question his judgment.
I shouldn't have told you that.
See? You've used this phrase so many times it's become a running joke within the movie.
Now, what would 3 young Gryffindors such as yourselves be doing inside on a day like this?
First of all, they're in the walkway of a courtyard, so in a way they are outside. Secondly, you just watched them walk out of Professor McGonagall's office. Maybe they had a question?
Trevor.
Go, you shouldn't be here.
He's a toad. Why are you so concerned that he's there? And what do you mean he shouldn't be there? Are pets not allowed in the common room after dark?
Ah! Yuck!
Aw, that sucks. You've got a long enough night ahead of you, and now you need to do it with Fluffy's nasty drool on you? Oh, never mind then. Hermione relaxes, falls through, instructs them to remain calm. Harry then falls through, and Ron is still panicking. Clearly Hermione knows what she's talking about, Ron.
Whew! Lucky we didn't panic.
Ha ha.
Hello, Hamora! Well, it's worth a try.
He's not wrong. They were dumb enough to allow the first door to be opened with this spell. Why not the others?
Oh, go on, Harry! If Snape could catch it on that old broomstick, you can. You're the youngest Seeker in a century.
I don't think he was doubting his capabilities, since he said...
It's too simple.
I think his point was there has to be more to it than just getting on a broom and flying up to grab that one key.
No, you can't! There must be another way!
Is it me, or are Harry and Hermione just a little too quick to accept the need for Ron to sacrifice himself? Was there an ejector seat on this chess piece? I don't see why the piece getting stabbed in the side would make Ron fly off the back like that. So Harry, what exactly was your plan here anyway? Whether it was Snape or Quirrell doesn't really matter, because either way, you're just an 11-year-old boy with only 1 year of magical training. And from what we've seen, I'm really not sure what you can do. Which, by the way, let me back this up for a moment.
You're a great wizard. You really are.
How do you figure he's a great wizard? We have not yet seen him perform a single spell this entire movie, and, spoiler alert, he doesn't do any magic through to the end. I always thought one of the defining characteristics of a wizard involved doing magic. I'm marking this off for this alone. Now, as I was saying, from the spells we've seen, either you're anticipating making Snape float or perhaps freeze him, but neither is going to help you in fighting a fully trained adult wizard. I can't imagine you've learned anything in Defense Against the Dark Arts, since the one glimpse of the class you saw involved Quirrell mumbling away while holding a lizard.
Then you let the troll in.
Very good, Potter, yes.
Ah, yes, we've reached the point in the film where the antagonist explains all they've done in great detail, because reasons.
Together, we can bring them back.
Bring them back? You expect him to believe that? You killed them in your quest to kill Harry, and now you're going to try to sell him on the idea you would bring them back? Quirrell can fly?
I could be safe with a nice toffee. Alas. Earwax.
You see what I mean about these candies?
With 472 points, Slytherin House. Yeah! Recent events must be taken into account, and I have a few last-minute points to award. To Miss Hermione Granger, 50 points. To Mr. Ronald Weasley, 50 points. Harry Potter, 60 points. I award 10 points to Neville Longbottom. Assuming that my calculations are correct, I believe that a change of decoration is in order. Gryffindor wins the House Cup.
I'm not saying those points aren't deserved, but you really did stick it to the Slytherin. Count up the points before announcing the winner. You don't announce a winner and then take it away.